Well, what do we have here? Oh no, look at that. We know what that is. And we know what was there. Well, I do obviously, but anyways, it's a CVT. I ordered this off Amazon and it was like 130 bucks. Canadian, obviously we pay quite a bit more anyways. I got its 40 chain, so I have this old 40 sprocket. And I got some actual chains, so we're doing away with the jack shaft. Gonna try to do a straight shot back to the wheel with the chain tensioner, and we'll see if we can send it. I already put this on to see if it fit, and I knew I needed to get bolts, so I've got some right here. They're metric, and I did that. That's a thing. So let's start by cutting unnecessary things off, like this old chain foot guard type thing. So we'll get that off of there, and then what we're going to do is spin the wheel around so that the brake's on the other side, sprocket's on this side. So we'll commence with that. Let's go. Now I will say this kit did not come with any bolts whatsoever, so that's why I had to get my own. But yeah, and it came with just one sprocket. I selected which one I wanted, and I went with 40 chain because I think 35, it already throws the chain with 35, so I think the more torque, you know, it's heavier chain's gonna help just a little bit. Something like that. Get this, and it came with only one washer for right here. It is right there, but it does need more spacers. I found that little 1-inch spacer, half-inch spacer. But yeah, this is actually pretty heavy duty, pretty thick. It is just under half an inch at this part anyways. Then from there, this sprocket will have to be pretty much where the brake is here, so I might have to space it out a little, but we will see. Anyways, we continue. Now, this engine is a 3/4 shaft, even though it's a 10.5 horse engine, but anyway, so the hole for the keeper for the driven pulley is not big enough, so I will have to drill it out. It's just barely too small for the bolt to pass through it, so I'll have to drill that out. We will see how this goes. It has like a bronze bushing on it, so it should be fine. I didn't get bolts for that, but I think they're just 10 mil, so I should be able to figure something out for that. So yeah, we'll drill that and then flip the wheel. So here we go. So I found one that's just a tiny bit bigger than the bolt here, so we'll give her a go. Well, that's not ideal. Maybe we need to grip her a little tighter in the vise. Firmly grasp it. Dang it. Now we'll flip the wheel. That's not ideal. So I think I got the holes lined up okay. I'm going to drill them with a small bit and then come check them and see what I think. So we'll do that. Let's drill them with a small bit. So the small hole went well. And now I'm going to go to this size, which is about the size of my bolt. So we'll try that. Well, and that's what it looks like. Will the chain line up? Probably not, because that's going right there, so I don't know, we'll try to make it work. I've got bolts or nuts behind there. Maybe that'll hold, I don't know. If not, then I'll weld to make a plate or something. But we'll see if those little nuts and bolts will hold up, I don't know. doesn't look too bad. Now I'll have to paint the rim, but I don't know if that sprocket's too small. Probably. That's just what I had. So we're gonna try it. Holy, do you think it could be any windier? Anyways, we'll try get the chain out and see what it looks like. There we have some 40 chain. I have one master link and a half link, so we'll try to make it work. I'm actually surprised they give you a master link with it. I didn't expect that. Last time I bought chain, they didn't give you that. Huh. Wow. Now we get our handy dandy little chain breaker and figure out where we need to go. I can make the chain or make the tire a little bit closer or further away. So I'll go with one that's roughly there because we're roughly in half of the adjustment. So we'll do that. There, the chain's cut. I moved the axle ahead a bit. So we'll get our master link and we'll see if we can put it together. We'll always come from the back. And there. What are we hitting? The side. That'll be fine. Now we'll get this stuff and put it on. It'll be able to do a bit of self-clearancing. And the chain, like here, not too bad. Here. So, my alignment could have been a bit better. I don't know. Does it look like it moves that much? I don't know. Anyways, it'll be fine. Maybe I'll make a chain tensioner. I have a skateboard wheel right here. It's a little big, but maybe build a thing off of the bolt there, maybe, just to hold it. Maybe we'll do that. Put it on the inside. Probably down there. That might work. So we'll put the driver pulley on and see what we can do. See what we go. Also, I think that might be a 41 chain, even though I asked for 40. But it fits. So, I don't know, we'll just run it. It'll self-clear right there. And on the frame here, swing arm. It already did it on that side, so it'll be fine. So on this belt, there's a flat side and an angled side. If you can see that right there, that side's angled, that side's straight. So I think they say the flat side goes there, so writing out, so you can see it or read it. Anyways, we'll try to get the driver on and see what it looks like. So first we'll take this piece. We have our washers on there, or I think the right amount of washers on there, with the little bushing on it. Take that, slide it on there in the keyway. Then this whole assembly, if it's together, I guess just slide it on there with the belt on it. Something like that. Get this all lined up good. Slide it on there. Then we'll take this, I'll get a washer for this, and then we will send it like this. We have plenty of bolt on there. That can go on there like that. That like that, that like that. Could have got a shorter bolt, but that should be fine. About that many. There. There you can see the alignment's not too terrible. This thing does move a bit when you... It kind of shimmies a little. But oh well. Yeah, I think we need to tighten this nut. And I'm going to go ahead and double check these ones with a wrench. And then tighten up the wheel, and then I still need to make a thing for the brake. So I'll just weld a little piece off here with a hole in it and then bolt it there. Something like that. And the cable can just do one of those. Then we'll put the cover on it, I guess, so we don't destroy our feet. And maybe make a chain tensioner. So in that order, here we go. So for the brakes here, I'm going to use this old chainstay kind of thing. Just cut the angle piece off it, weld it on right like that, and then drill out the hole a little and put a bolt through it, and then call it good. So new plan, but similar, since I realized that if this is welded to that and that's there, then it can't slide to adjust the chain. So what I'm going to do is just weld right there so that it can move, or it can stay there, and when the brakes go on, it's just going to, do that kind of thing, which is better than not being able to adjust the chain. So I'll just do a little zap right there, and then that should be good enough. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Well, you can kind of see it's on there. You can see I just drilled a couple holes. There's actually a part that I cut out of the Dynamark racing mower there from the floor, from where the battery sat. There's a piece of scrap metal I was kicking around and tripping on for a while. But yeah, it does pretty good, I think. So, I mean, it's kind of tight there. But when the chain loosens off, it should get no looser than that. It'll break in a bit. I'll tighten it a tiny bit more, but yeah, that's the right way. And it should be fine. So I'll see if I can find some screws for the cover. Then we'll put that on. And remember to check those bolts. And we should be good. The brake seems okay. We'll tighten everything up and see what it does. Here we go. And also, I suppose, you have to cut out for the chain, so I'll mark a spot for that and try to cut it out. Maybe I can use the angle grinder. And we should be good. It's a little cold out still. Anyways, well, I'd say it works. The chain, there you can see. It moves around a little bit. Yeah. And it's rubbing on the frame right there. The engine's moving around a little bit. Chain tensioner seems to be working, so I think we'll put the cover on and go for a ride.